shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival.
How are we all? Welcome back to another prediction show, and we are back again every Thursday as usual. We are running a little bit late, as you can tell. We usually do kick things off at 9 o'clock on the dot. However, I would lose my head today if I could. If just honestly, it's just everything that could go wrong is going wrong, and I'm just heads in a million places right now. Either way, let's see if we can, speaking football, can get us through it all. A couple of comments nice and early. Hemi's in. Good evening, Sir Morehouse. How's your dad? Any news? He was due for an MRI today. He was meant to be having an MRI today ahead of the pacemaker being fitted, because he's going to have one of them now, as he's practically died a few times in hospital, and they need to obviously they can't keep giving him the chest compression, so a pacemaker looks like the way forward, but because of the metal and an MRI they have to do that first, and so on and so forth. So he was meant to have that today, didn't end up having that, so it's going to be Monday before he has that, and then we just go from there. But at the moment, he's stable. Still no communication from him. Still can't move his hands. Still can't move his legs. He's in a vegetative state. And yeah, it's just take each day as it comes. But yeah, back to the football. I do appreciate it. But back to the football before I start getting a little bit teary-eyed. Henry says, does anyone here have Sky, as the bills are due to rise before April unless you sign up to the social tariff? Well, that's the only problem now. It's probably better to stay with your supplier at the moment until around April, because then all these new deals are going to come out to try and beat the competitors, to try and get you to join them. And that's when it'll start going cheaper again, because every Tom, Dick and Harry will be ringing up and trying to get that new fresh deal. So it wouldn't surprise me. Same with football. Footballers do it, don't they? Except they get their agents to do the dirty work and try and get themselves a better deal. The Stream Elements bot's in. I was going to say up your well to a bot then. What am I on about? See, this is what I mean. Head up my arse. Claret wants this evening to your good self, and says wishing him and all the family the best. Appreciate that. Really, really do. If you are brand new here and you don't know the concept of this, myself and Anthony, who I will bring in just a second, and my other half, just out a shot off camera, we've been having a bit of a three-way competition. I had to add the word competition, because if I stopped at three-way, this could have been a whole different show. Either way, we are here to bring you the predictions, and currently Anthony is on top. I like being on bottom and smothered by the pair of them. Again, another show. If you could, please do drop a like on this video. I really do appreciate it. Get your comments in as well. Share it on socials all over, wherever you can. And the main thing, subscribe if you can. That really does help us grow as well. And we are trying to get to 1K before the end of the current season. Will Burnley reach 106 points or beat Reading's 106 points tally? We shall see. So as we go along, get your predictions in. It should be good. No problem, Emery. Not a problem at all. And Andrew's back. How diddly do, sir? Glad to see you back in as well. Is that you? It's meant to be me on the left. Of course it is. It's definitely not me on the right. I'm ginger. I can't tan. Can't be me. Andrew said, who is Anthony supporting this week? Arsenal, Bristol City, Southampton. Well, well, well. All shall be revealed. I can see him off camera. He's like, no, don't dog me in. Do not dog me in. But we will bring you in just a second. Here's where you can find us on all social media. And here he is. Here he is. He's
Hello,
took it
Dan,
off.
you all right, mate?
He's took it off.
Oh,
I said when the video was playing, I said to Kate, I said, he's took his jacket off. I said, he's took his Southampton jacket off.
no, I am got a Southampton one. Don't
It's
support
very
them.
cold in Bristol, isn't it? So you've got your Bristol City top on, then you need the
Freezing.
Arsenal hood, and then the Southampton jacket over the top, just to make sure you're nice and snug.
Definitely. We haven't got the eating on at the minute, so
Now, have you been, mate? You all right?
yeah, I've been all right. Yeah, it's been good. Had a good win last weekend. You know, obviously beating Preston
Cracking
2-1.
win.
It was a cracking win for us. I just hope that we can keep up the momentum and do it into the next game and so forth. Like,
Tough
so
game for
yeah, but
Bristol City this weekend. Norwich.
not yes, it is. It really is. It's I think both teams obviously would be up for it. I think City would be up for it more. I mean, you've got Norwich obviously, you know, with playoffs, and obviously Bristol City, even though despite winning last week, they still need to get more points. Hopefully, you know, to confirm that they're safe. You know, to get into a safer
Yeah.
position. So it's both teams to play. They both got things to play for. You know, so.
Luke says, evening down on the red obsessed Anthony. Nat's in as well. He says, LOL. Oh, that's Kate saying LOL. But Nat's in as well. Gutted, Nat, that we're not playing you in the next round of the FA Cup. Couldn't believe you couldn't get past Fleetwood. I was looking forward to, you know, doing a watch along, having the Sheffield Wednesday faithful in. But it looks like we're facing off against Scott Bruns, Fleetwood Town. So that should be good. It should be a good one. But I hope everyone is well in the chat as well. Okay, I'm not going to entertain that comment with a BFC hat off and Leicester scarf. Who has a Leicester scarf? Anthony. Which is the BFC hat? Oh, okay. I didn't know who you meant. All right. Thanks for that. 3, 2, 1. Action. And we're back. How are you? Oh, you're well. Well, not. I mean,
I can see your hand coming right at the back of you in a minute.
Yeah, you just see his hand come right back at head. And Nat says, all right, Dan, bloody hell. Luke says, put the Bristol Rovers gloves back on.
Piss off. Bristol Rovers. God, blimey.
No, that's bad. That's bad, that, Luke.
But
no,
big
that is
up,
true.
Luke. No,
yeah.
we do like to laugh on this show, don't we? Winding each other up. We do.
We do. That's the best thing, though. If you can have a good crack with each other, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody I know who's got a very large crack, it is Nathan Duckworth. Ducky, you big beast. How are you doing?
Good you.
That's what I thought the BFC stood for Burnley Football Club, but it stands for Big Fat. See you next Tuesday, I think it's spelt, but we won't go down that route. But I'm only joking, Ducky. It's all love. It's all love. Good evening to your big self. And Brad's in. He says, "Hey up, it's Arteta's biggest fan."
Yes, we did a show, as you know, top tens. Me and Brad. We did the because it's the Merseyside derby on Monday. We did the
Yeah,
Everton and Liverpool
Liverpool.
teams combined, and I'm not going to let who won, but there was a certain Mister Mikel Arteta in the team, and he's a good player. Good player. All right, he's a better player than manager at the minute. I mean, he's still got to win something. For me to say he's the man, he's either got to win the Europa League or he's got to win the Premier League. One of
I
them
must say,
two.
I'm surprised Tim Cahill didn't make an appearance.
He did.
Did they?
He did. He did. I don't
Hmm.
want to give too much away, but he did. But it was comparing Tim Cahill to somebody else.
Ah, fair enough.
Um,
Fair enough. Ducky says, "Cheeky git, all banter my round friend." See, it's as I gave as good as I get. Ryan's in over on our Twitch channel. Hey to your big bad self. Hope you are well. Claret one straight up says Anthony. What do you think of Millwall?
Shit.
What do we think of
Wankers.
shit?
Millwall. I
Oh
can't
wait,
stand them. I can't
Millwall, wait,
stick them.
Millwall, wait, Millwall.
I hate them with a passion. And every single one of their players. Well, it's gone 9 o'clock, isn't it, Dan? So
It has, it has. The watershed's been broken.
yeah,
No Burnley players though. Dan, I tried. Nah, well, we need to. You need to try and get some in at some point. Nat says too busy being top of the league, Dan. You know what it's like. Yeah, true. Focus on the league now. It's in your hands. Brad says smash the likes, folks. Top channel to two horse, top horse, two horse. Either way, I appreciate that, Brad. Thank you very, very much. Eh? And there's always one. There's always one. The mate Bond is in. Daniel has a manjana. Hey.
I bet you stand at the bottom of the bed, don't you? Stand at the bottom of the bed, is between your legs. You go, "Hey, Kate, look at my mangina."
I do. Took it between legs and go, hey, look at this. Then go, look, this is what this is like. And put leg to the side, and then Kate goes, yeah, look at mine, and then hers comes out and it's bigger than mine. So it's.
Oh,
But we've always said that I'm glad he admits it. It is always him. To be fair, it is always him. Why always me? If he had a top, it'd be him that has that top. Why always me? What's your thoughts on the Ipswich game, Dan? Ipswich, I will not lie to you, have been the best side that has come to Turf Moor this season. They brought us down to their level. They played some attractive football. They really did give us a game, and we had, it took us till the 90 plus fourth minute to be able to bag the winner. They were an exceptional side. I think they'll do well if they come up. They deserve to come up. They're probably a good mid-table championship side with the way they're playing at the moment. So I've got to give them the credit. I do have to give them the credit. If we were going to lose to a team, probably them. Luke says, what is this show turning into? You still keep tuning in. So it's whatever show you want it to be, sweet cheeks. Kate says, Mangiano is always out on full force by the end of the pub walk alongside Bondi's arse and Brad's bloody nose in the Yeah. This story's for another day. And Ipswich versus Wednesday on Saturday. Don't tell that to an American. They'll get confused. But yeah, that should be a good game. That should be a very good game. How do you think that's going to go, Nat? Let us know. Let us know. Anthony, funnily enough, I see the Arsenal jumper on there. I think this is the Arsenal badge on that jumper. Hoodie.
it is, yeah. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
well, obviously, I know that one of your many teams you support. You do a yeah, I don't know what that is.
Kings of London.
But yeah, you do a show regarding Arsenal, don't you?
Yes, I do a show. Is on a He's on the Man United channel, Football United TV. I used to show him there. Gunners from All Corners, which we're going to be doing tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. I have a couple of guests on there. Dan New's one of them. He's very good friends with him. They got a good bond actually, and yeah, so that guy's going to be on there, and also another Arsenal fan called Tony. He's a good lad. He comes all the way from Finland. So you know he's an Arsenal fanatic. He won't have anything said bad against the Arsenal. Honestly, I thought I was bad enough, but he's you know he's really into it. So, but yeah, we're gonna have a chat about the Arsenal. We got to talk about obviously the Everton defeat. We got Brentford coming up, and also Wednesday next week, be Arsenal's game in hand. They've got Man City at home Wednesday next week, so that's going to be a hard one. So we're going to talk all about that, have a good debate, have a good chat, most probably have a laugh, take the piss out of one another, and then end the stream
Why
as one
not?
does.
Why not? Why not? But no, the link to your Twitter, so people can go and show their support, is in the description. And I've took a step back at the moment because I've got a lot on in trying to do things for this channel and things with my dad and Laugh itself at the moment.
Yeah.
So I took a step back at the moment, but in the long run, I will be back at some point. But we both do a show with Brad, and obviously you did one earlier, as you said, picking a best 11 between Liverpool and Everton. It's a top 10 battles channel, and the link is also in the description of this video to go check that out as well. And that'll now be a permanent fixture on these shows for you to go and show your support. So please do go give that a subscribe as well if you could.
Subscribe. I mean, there's two games we're doing next week. I can most probably say who they are. The two teams next week that we've decided to choose already is for the following week is Brentford versus Crystal Palace.
Ooh, London derby.
So I mean, I'm trying to give a chance. Well, no, I'm not going to say anything because that I could roll out tonight's show in what happened in Q1.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Exactly. Well,
but
last week's results, Anthony, I worked them out earlier. All of us got 4 correct. All of us got 4. In fact, at first, I was 4 up to yours and Kate's 2. And I was like, no way, I'm clawing this back. And then as I went down, I thought, shit, they've got one. Oh, shit, they've got one. And then I was like, oh, please don't mess up even more. I honestly thought I'd gone on the fence between Blackburn and Wigan. But it turns out I went for Blackburn.
You went for Blackburn, yeah? You did, because you did say
I pissed that one right up the wall because I were in 2 minds, weren't I?
Yes, and I noticed that I was in 2 minds with a few of them, and I changed. And I think Kate did the same as well. I think she did one. I think, and then she put it in the chat. She missed one.
She had herself down for a draw for Huddersfield QPR before we'd even gone live. Crossed it out and went for QPR, but obviously that game finished 1 apiece, and who got a point? Ooh. But no, we all got 4 apiece. So the scores at the moment is myself, just clinging in, 84 points. Kate is on 90, and just 5 in front is your good self with 95. So don't mention 95 and Blackburn in the same sentence, because trust me, you can't get them to shut up afterwards.
That's when they won the Premier League.
Shut up.
I was rooting for them then because I didn't want Man United to win the league. I'm glad they won that.
No, I'm not. Can't stand the arseholes. Speaking of arseholes,
oh, go on then. Not
My mate Brad says Ian
with the brain
Holloway's looking
closer, are
well.
you? Nah, I'm joking.
You're being called
What's
Ian
that?
Holloway now.
Ian
You're
Holloway.
being called Ian Holloway.
Oh, you gashead twat. Couldn't even do his
Loves
job
it.
properly when he was the manager of fucking what did he manage last? Was it Grimsby?
I don't know, but to be fair, is that meant to be red, that hoodie? It does have like an orange look. Is it a Blackpool hoodie or from your time there?
Nah, piss off.
No, let's get into it then. Let's get into it. We've bored you enough. We have bored you enough. So it is week 23. As you all know, we do only cover the weekend games. So, you know, midweek ones, the Tuesday nights and stuff, we don't usually give a shit about. But that said, let's get into it. And we start off with a Midlands derby. Friday night kickoff tomorrow. Birmingham versus West Brom. Obviously, West Brom flying under Carlos Corberan. I thought it was absolutely amazing what they did when they put out that Happy Valley tweet the other day and then announced Carlos Corberan had signed a new contract, which is good for them because of they obviously wanted. Well, he was linked with a Leeds job, weren't he? So to cut all ties and rumours of that, they basically gave him a new contract. But Birmingham, again, a hit and miss side. Not really a team that are ripping it up in the league. You know, West Brom sat in 6th, 44 points. Birmingham 18th with 35. How do you see it though being a derby? It's like you say, it's a tough one when it comes to these sort of fixtures.
It is, yeah, and I think I can vaguely recall these two when these two were actually in the Premier League playing, and there was obviously Villa was in there as well. And you had that Birmingham time. It always seems to me it was draws. It was always a draw, and I always say that the way if you compare the two teams, the way Birmingham are playing, are obviously that is not so great, but I thought Birmingham's going to turn up to this one. I think they'll pull some. When I say pull something out the bag, I don't mean that they're going to go and win. It's a derby. Anything can happen, but I seriously think this game's got a draw written all over it. To be honest with you, Dan.
No, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Straight
You want
away on the
you want a
fence.
score or just a draw?
No, just either home draw or away for now. Next
Draw.
season, we're going to implement the score system and make it a
Right.
little
Okay.
bit interesting. But
Yeah.
let's see what you guys have said in the chat. Brad says 3-0 to West Brom. Andrew says 3-1 as well. Kate says, think I went with West Brom. I've taken a pick. I've not taken a pick on a win prediction, but yeah, you haven't taken a picture of it, but you did go for West Brom. So you spot on there. Luke's gone for a West Brom win as well. Claret One says 1-1. So they're in the same siding with you. And Brad says Birmingham are a very stale championship team, in my opinion. And I have to agree. I do agree. How many years they have now flirted around that relegation spot or relegation zone, that bottom half of the table for the last couple of years. And it's sort of, you know, it's going to come and bite them at some point. It's going to come and bite them at some point. I can't look past West Brom. I can't look past West Brom in this fixture. So I'm going to agree with the missus, as I always do. And not on the predictions, obviously, otherwise I'd be a bit pissing higher. But I'm going to agree with her for that one. I think West Brom should have that one in the bag. Although Henry thinks Birmingham will have it. We'll have it. Deeney and Joby Bellingham.
They really pull something out the bag, don't they, Birmingham, when we all don't expect it. I think with this one being a derby, both teams are going to be up for it. But to me, you would favour West Brom the way it is in the table, but don't let the table fool you on this tie. I just feel that it's going to be a draw.
Hey, it's not a bad shout. Like I say, not bad at all.
Yeah.
It can happen. It can happen, as we all know. Moving on, though, one of your former clubs that you managed, according to Brad earlier, obviously different Brad to the YouTube Brad, my mate Brad. Obviously, Blackpool against Rotherham, two sides at the Dundrums of this division, battling it out at Bloomfield Road. Yeah, it's not looking good for either, is it? Although Blackpool did put in a very good spirited performance against Huddersfield last week in that 2-2.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I always said about with Blackpool. I always say they're very good at going forward, going attacking. So you know what? I'm gonna go for a Blackpool win on this one.
Oh,
I
win
just feel they've
for
got more.
Blackpool.
I feel they've got more for to offer in attacking ways.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. How did Rotherham do last week? They drew with Sheffield United, didn't they?
Yeah,
I think they drew with Sheffield United in that derby. Yeah, they did. So
yeah.
it's
I mean, Sheffield
we're at
United was
home.
poor in that game. They were really poor, but they were lucky to get out with that with a draw. To be honest with you, I thought Rotherham played. They were the better team in that game.
Hmm. It's it is going to be a tough one. I didn't know whether to go Blackpool or Rotherham. This is the sort of game where, as you
I
say,
think Mick
either team
McCarthy.
they need to win. They need to win. I do
Yeah,
think Mick McCarthy. I think I was going to say what you're probably going to say, that he's gone in there and instilled some sort of new sense of belief that they can get themselves
yeah.
out of this sort of troubling spot. I don't know whether to go on the fence or agree with you with Blackpool. You know what? I'll be your mate. I'll sit next to you for this one. I'm not going on the fence just yet. Not going
No,
on the fence just yet. But Kate did go with a Rotherham win. Luke's gone for Blackpool. Henry's gone for 1-1. Andrew says two poor teams, home advantage just edges it for me, 1-0. Yeah, it was on
yeah.
Tuesday, that game, Luke, so apologies for that. Brad says only time you'll see Blackpool Beach up against New York. Whee.
I do
Clark
think
wants
this
us, are we
game's
going to.
going to have goals in it.
What's that?
I think this game. I think this would be the one that have goals in it.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon is it. I reckon. Well, you're talking. I think you're
According
talking at
to
least.
Brad, this is a board draw 0-0. So,
No, I don't. No, it's not a 0-0. No, he's gonna have goals in it. It'd be by the odd goal. I'm thinking of a 3-2.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Big scoreline. I'm looking forward to next season when you put some of these weird ones in. But you never know; they could come off. Clark wants to. So,
yeah.
are we going for win, lose, or draw? Yeah, basically, is it going to be the home team, away team? But if you want to put a score, feel free. I've got no problem in that at all. Ducky says 0-0 and West Brom to beat Birmingham 1-0. Brad says bloody heck, Mick McCarthy's still managing. I don't know why I nearly read it and he's bloody heck, Mick McCarthy's still managing. Fair play. I don't know why though. I felt like I wanted to read it in his voice. Don't know why.
You actually
Don't know
sounded
why.
like you.
Speaking of someone who can pull off a really good Bristolian accent, Anthony. There you go. Bristol City at home to Norwich, down at Ashton Gate, 3 o'clock on a Saturday. I mean, you've had 2 wins on the bounce now.
Yeah, yeah. Two good wins on the bank. I hope it's a
This will be
third.
a real test. This will be a real test
Yeah, this
because
one
Norwich have
is
just come off the back of that defeat to us, so they'll got
yep,
to play with a point to prove.
yeah.
However, at home, I don't I don't know. Is there a rejuvenation gone on at the gate?
I think it is.
Pardon me.
And if you've noticed, is since we beaten knocked West Brom out the cup.
Yeah,
Yeah, since we've got knocked West Brom out the cup, Bristol City's been playing well, and so I said they've won their last two, but With this one, I mean, Bristol City, you think they'll have home advantage, which they have. Both teams got, they both got it to play for. Obviously, Norwich of trying to get into playoffs, and Bristol City trying to pick up more wins and points so they can remain safe and not obviously creep back down towards the relegation. So with that, it's going to be two teams fighting it out and battling it out. I'm going to go. Sorry, I was gonna go on the fence, but I might go with my own team. I might go with City. I think they've been playing the better football of late, haven't they, over the last few
Yeah.
weeks?
So you're going for
So
City, did you say?
I'm gonna go for a Bristol City win. Yeah.
Bristol City win. Not Norwich City, Bristol City.
Yeah.
So you've gone with Bristol. You've gone with Bristol. Let's see what everybody else is saying. Andrew's going for a Desmond in this game. Going for a Desmond draw, 2-2.
Possible.
Henry says, difficult one to predict. Brad says, Norwich hasn't impressed me this season. I'm going 3-1 Bristol Rovers. Sorry, I mean City. He's getting these digs in now, isn't he? He's getting them in.
Yeah.
Uh,
I wonder
uh,
why. I wonder why. I wonder
Ducky's gone
why.
for 2-1 Bristol City as well. Claret1 says, come on,
Oh,
Anthony, City win. Henry's gone 1-0 Bristol. Kate went on the fence, though, so you wouldn't have been on your own if you did. I want you to, but I'm going to back Norwich. I just think after that performance against us, Dave, this is where David Wagner will now have to go in there and
yeah.
actually do something about that result, because he'd be like, "Whoa, that was my first home league game,
Yeah.
at Norwich, and it went completely up against the wall." So
It did.
look, they're all at it. Even Luke's at it. Bristol Rovers win. Sorry, I mean Bristol City. They're all at it. The love they have for you, Anthony, in here.
Listen, I cannot st I know I hate Millwall with a passion, but this is another team in Bristol that I hate. Bristol is like I look at this. Arsenal is red, London is red, Bristol is red. Always has been, it always will be. And I don't like Bristol Rovers. I was going to say something else then, but I actually stopped myself to say what Dan thinks of. I basically what Dan thinks of Blackburn Rovers. I think exactly the same as Bristol Rovers.
It's a Rovers thing. Nobody likes
It's a
teams
Rovers
called
thing.
Rovers.
No.
Nobody likes them. Funnily enough, from your club then, which was an even split across the park, goes to Turf Moor. 3 o'clock kickoff. Again, another derby. Lancashire derby. Burnley taking on Preston. The last time these two played in a league match at Turf Moor, Preston ran out 2-0 winners in 15-16.
Yeah.
But Burnley, however, they are 9 games unbeaten. And when I say unbeaten, I mean winning. Winning unbeaten, not just including draws, 9 wins on the bounce. Our record has been 10. Our record has been 10 wins on the bounce, and that was in January 1913. So if we can beat these, we will match our record. Again, Preston are a lot better team away from home than they are at home. However, unbeaten at Turf Moor in 50 odd games, in 50 odd championship games. I know stats say this, and I'm not trying to sway you, but I'm
No.
sorry. I'm Burnley all the way. I don't give a shit. It's I'm backing my own. We'll do the biz against Preston, no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. But obviously, we beat Preston last week. Well, it was 2-0 up, and they scored to make it 2-1. But you know what? I watched the highlights of that game, and to me, Preston wasn't in the game until like the last. I most probably see around about the last 20, 25 minutes of the game. And I can remember the commentator saying it as well. They didn't really show up. It was that final third of the pitch. I mean, their defense was a little bit poor, obviously letting in their 2 goals, but the attacking was a bit poor in my opinion. But obviously, as we know, they're playing. They've got you lot now. They want to pick themselves up from that lot. So, but then again, you're seeing Burnley going for this record, and sometimes it's nice to know that your team you support is going for a record, and then it only takes that one thing and it balls it up like that. You think, bastard,
You
you
can
should have
think
got that
too much
record.
about the record, can't you? That's the thing. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
sort of overthink it, but then yet again, are the players thinking the same as the fans? That's the only question you got to ask yourself. You've got a manager there that's going to keep those lads grounded. You know, every interview that the players have come out, all the interviewers have said you're destined for the Premier League again. It's just a matter of when. How do you cope with that? And they've just said we're not even looking at the league table. We know we are where we are, but we're not
yeah,
looking at it. Every game is every game, and every game is winnable, and we've got to go out and try and win it.
yeah.
So they're still sort of using that dash mantra of a game at a time, but it is one of them. I don't think a lot of them will even know about the stat. I don't think it'll even come up or be mentioned until afterwards, probably in an interview presser to Vincent Company if the win comes about.
Yeah. So I think going ahead in this game in that, I think it'd be 7-0 Preston. I really no, I'm joking. No, put me down for a Burnley win, Dan.
I did forget to mention actually. I spoke to Chris earlier, and he did say that there's two 7-0s coming this week in your game, in your fixtures. I said, I'm guessing one of them's a 7-0 sway to Norwich this week. And he said, oh, yeah, who they're playing? I said, take a guess. He went, well, I don't know. He said, Anthony supports quite a few teams, doesn't he? But then he did say what you said, 7-0 Preston as well. But so are you going for are you back in Burnley as
I'm
well,
I'm
or
gonna I'll back Burnley. Yeah.
it's about damn time? So yeah, full house. Our first full house is for the Clarets. Please do not be a bad omen. Andrew says 4-0. I'm guessing you'll be coming down from Scotland for the game, Andrew. Claret 1 says Burnley win. Kate's gone for Burnley win. Of course she has. Henry says Clarets to win 2-0. Ducky's gone for a 3-0 win as well. And True Red's gone Burnley win. I'll be on the game, so I won't be bringing a watch along. However, I will be doing a watch along on Tuesday. I know it's Valentine's Day, but I've ran it past the missus, and I can cover Burnley Watford on Valentine's Day. That's what love's all about. She cares about me, she cares about you guys, and she cares about, well, either that or it's Valentine's Day, so she's going to go and treat
Yeah.
herself for an hour upstairs while I'm down here doing a living watch along.
Oh my God.
We'll sit and watch it together, I'm sure.
Was
I'm
it
sure.
delivered by Amazon?
Eh?
Was it
No,
delivered by
no,
Amazon?
no.
No.
No, but I've seen the Duracell bunny run through front door and out at back door very quickly a few times. So. But Claret 1's going to be there as well. Andrew says, yep, I'm bringing 4 mates this time. 2 have never been to Burnley before. Get them hooked. Get them hooked onto it. That's what you want. And Kate says, suppose you've got to treat yourself when your partner's got no idea what he's doing. I don't. My head is up my arse, as I told you guys. It really is. Don't know my arse from my hands at the minute. It probably explains the smell because I keep wiping my hands and not my arse.
Oh,
Jokes aside, full house for Burnley Preston. Then on to Cardiff. They are at home to Borough. Borough obviously in the playoff hunt, or were in the playoff hunt. No, they still are third. Third, in fact, drawing level points with Luton Town. They are up there, 10 points difference between them and Sheffield United. However, Cardiff are only a point off the drop zone.
Yeah.
A point away from the drop zone. They were 3 at one point, but now it has gone a lot more scarier for Cardiff. If you go back and watch the show that we did for a mid-season review, there was a Cardiff fan who came on, and literally he even said Cardiff are down. He said it's a mess. He said until Vincent Tan goes, Cardiff are done for. For me, that's enough for me to go for a Borough win. I don't know about you, Anthony, but give us your thoughts.
Yeah, you're gonna have to favour, bro. Me myself, I'm gonna go for a Middlesbrough win as well. You know what? With Middlesbrough winning this, and I think if what I predicted with Blackpool winning, I think would that swap these two around, or no?
Yeah, Blackpool will go above them by a point.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen this weekend, Dan.
No, it's
And then
fair.
Cardiff won't fight that Cardiff. I'm saying they're finally being that. I shouldn't say that in other words because it's not nice, but they will be in the bottom three, and they'll find it. It's like what you said. They'll find it hard, and unfortunately, I can see Cardiff going down.
No, it's worrying times for them. Worrying times for them. Kate went for a draw. Luke's gone for a Middlesbrough win. Henry says Borough win with this one, 2-1, and Claret One's gone for a Borough win as well. Keep them coming, guys. Really do appreciate it. As I said, if you can, please do keep showing your support. Drop a like on the video, and if you haven't subscribed and you're new, or even if you're old and you've not subscribed yet, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. Just please drop us a subscribe, and it helps us grow. And as I say, we're all one community. We're all one community. So please do keep joining us and doing what you're doing. So I really appreciate it. Swiftly moving, voices going. Nearly doing a Paul Cook when he were Ipswich manager. Yeah, we were on this and we were like this, and then we were like to speaking, and it was just a really good game. There's that voice had come back halfway through. But yes, moving swiftly on from Cardiff. Enough about them. The Dundrums at the bottom. Coventry Luton. Now, Luton, as I said earlier, level on points with Borough with 48, plus 8 goal difference. Coventry have had a bit of a revitalisation as well, but they sit mid-table in 15th on 38 points. Luton are really doing well. For me, better at home than they are away. Coventry did give a really good game to Norwich a few weeks back. But then yet again, it's all about how the teams play on the day. Can Coventry do it at the CBS Arena? Give us your thoughts, Anthony.
Well, it's like what I said. You look at the table and the way how both teams are playing at the minute. You think no, but with Coventry City, they can play well, and they can score. They're capable of scoring goals. They're just slightly weak at the back. I just feel like if they tighten up the back, at the back a bit, they can get something out of a game. So I think that's what they'll do this weekend, Coventry. And you know what, Dan, I'm going to go for a draw on this, but I'm going to go for a Desmond.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting. Very, very interesting. Looking at what people are saying, Luke's gone for a Luton win. Kate went for a Coventry win. She's gone for the Cov to win this one, the Sky Blues. Henry's gone for the Sky Blues as well to win it 1-0. Even Claret One's gone Coventry. I've gone against everyone. I've gone for Luton. I just think that their form at the minute, they're flying. So it is, again, another even split. Kate for the home side, you down the centre, and myself with the away side. I like that, though. I like how we've had a lot of a difference of opinion in this one, to be fair. It does... Hopefully it does go in my favour, of course.
I
But
can't see that happening, Dan.
no,
I
I
just
can't see that
don't like it.
happening.
Yeah. Oh
I
bloody hell!
can't
You
see that
should. I
happening.
seen it. What Brad put in the comments, and I did the score prediction on Chris's channel, and last week was absolutely dire. I had one right. I had one right.
Wow.
Yes, yes, I want. It was the Premier League. It was weird. You know, it was like obviously Everton beating Arsenal. You would have thought that. There was a few of them as well. In this one, I think loads of them put Man United down to win, and they were 2-0 down last night to Leeds United, weren't they? And pulled it back to 2-2.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just been weird. And the trouble is, though, you're getting these games as well in the Championship. You're thinking, bloody hell, like look how Rotherham beat who was it? Rotherham beat going back a couple of weeks ago. Is it Sheffield United?
What? Who? Oh, yeah. Rotherham drew with Sheffield United last week.
Yeah, and they beat a top team as well, didn't they? Going back the week or 2 weeks before that, and you're thinking, how the bloody hell did they pull that out of the bag? See,
Who did
so
it?
what I
Well,
said is
they were yeah, a good few weeks back. Who did they play? They played Watford. Did they get? Oh, they got a win against Watford, didn't they?
that was it. Yeah,
Yeah, they beat Watford.
yeah.
Sutty's in the chat. Hope you're well, pal. Hope you're doing well, mate. It definitely it were you who drove past earlier, weren't it? But you drove past earlier, picked on. Either way, mate. Luton 2-0 Sutty's going for. So not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Doing all right. Not doing too bad. QPR then is the next one. They're facing off against your forever favourites. It's Old Millwall. It's Old Millwall. Again, QPR 14th with 39 points. Millwall in 8th with 43. Outside chance of the playoffs. Do you think they
Yeah.
can do it?
Who's this? No,
Millwall.
no, no. But they fucked.
Love it. Love it. Claret one says here, Dan, where did you find Anthony? He's such a laid back guy. I don't know. I think I'm sure I had a quid in my back pocket and I rooted down the side of the sofa and I don't know, he was clinging on to that pound. And anyway, I thought.
Yeah, the bastard wanted 99p change back and all. Um,
Kate said I found you in a skip in Bristol.
thank you for just skipping Bristol. Cheers, Kate. Thanks.
Someone's got to give, hasn't it?
Someone's got to give, yeah. And I
I
tell
mean,
you
how do you
what,
see
he
it though? How do
Millwall.
you see it? I mean, I know you said, last week you actually backed Millwall.
I
You
did.
backed Millwall at home to Sunderland. Oh no, you didn't. Sorry, you went against Millwall last week. You went for
Yeah,
Sunderland. It
yeah.
might have been the week before, actually. I think the week
It was the
before.
week before.
Not that were FA Cup week, weren't it?
Did they have something like
Yeah,
Cardiff or
yeah, it were against Cardiff. You're out there. You are
yeah.
spot on.
Yeah, see. But yeah, going back to this shower shit. Um yeah, well, all I can say is Millwall, fuck you. QPR win for me, Dan. I totally forgot what I
QPR
was
win.
gonna say. Yeah, so QPR win. Wank Mill nil. 2-0 QPR.
No, fair shout. Fair
Yeah.
shout. Kate's gone for a Millwall win. Luke's gone for a
Oh, for
Millwall win.
fuck's sake. I've
Henry's gone
noticed
for
Kate's been
a draw. Henry's gone for a draw, and stepbrother Ben, he's gone for a 1-1. So interesting encounter to that one. Two draws, two people going for a
well,
Millwall win.
for anybody that's voted for Millwall, your predictions ain't coming in next week. Yeah, that includes you as well, Kate. That includes you as well.
Right,
You just
well
got to
then,
listen to what
swiftly
Dan's got to
moving
say
on to
now. I bet
Sheffield
Dan.
United against Swansea then. No, I've gone Millwall to be fair, and I've not just based it on the league positioning. Um, I just, for me, I think Millwall. You know, they've not got far to travel really as well.
Yeah.
Even Claret wants to say, sorry, Ant, but Millwall win. Your brother says 0-0 law. Your brother's gone same as you. He's gone for a draw.
Oh, Dick. I get, but you don't like
You've
Millwall
said
as
that
well.
too
I
many
think
times. You have said that too many times. Oh, Dick. You have said that way too many times. You well threw yourself in with that one, didn't you?
yeah, it was like a deep end. I'm drowning now, ain't I? But yeah, he don't like Millwall as well. Me and my brother, we hate Millwall with a passion. We seriously, we
Yeah,
do. Like, I couldn't stand them. And when we went and seen them last week, was 3-2. I mean, they're just a horrible team. They're they're vile.
I bet they are. I bet they are.
Yeah,
Speaking of teams that people don't like, I mean, in terms of the Wales divide, Cardiff, Swansea, take your pick. You're either one or the other. But they take a trip to Bramall Lane, second in the division, Sheffield United. Obviously, managing to get through the cup
yeah.
against Wrexham. That interview with Billy Sharp was a bit of a strange one, but a good one all the same. Sheffield United against Swansea, though. Let me know your thoughts on this one, Anthony, because as I said, second in the table, Swansea in 13th. Again, they had a brilliant start to the season, fantastic
They
start to
did.
the season, and then they have dropped off
Well, they were.
massively. Are you
Yeah, they
starting
were in
to
the
see
top.
cracks in a bit of Sheffield United's game, though? You know, with recent
Well,
results, or was that just because it was a derby? It's sort of a
I think it was because it was a derby, and anything can happen in a derby, can it? You
you
get
can,
one. You feel that both teams are going to be up for it, and then when you see a derby and you think bloody hell, like the team that's lower down, you feel like how the bloody hell did they get that out of the bag and did they pull it off? Because like I said, anything can happen. Anything happens in football, and I mean with Swansea as well, they were like what? They were in top three in the
yeah,
championship at the
yeah.
beginning. And then obviously they start to deteriorate, started losing games and then, picking up the odd point here and there. And I mean, with this one now, do you know what? I'm going to go for a Sheffield United win.
Do not blame you, mate. Do not blame you. I've gone for the Blades as well, or the
Yeah,
Blunts, as Nat and Jake would say if they're in the chat, being Sheffield Wednesday supporters. But Ben says there as well, he went for Sheffield United 2, Swansea 1 as well. I don't know why it comes up Facebook user. I'm having to put my live on Facebook so I can see whose comments are. But yeah, my stepbrother's gone for 2-1 to Sheffield United. Your brother's gone for 1-1 between the pair. Kate's gone for the home side in it as well. Luke's gone for a draw. Claret 1 says a home win to good old Chef U. And Henry's gone for 3-1 to the Blades as well. Moving on then to Stoke versus Hull. This could be a bore fest. This could be an absolute bore fest. Hull in 12th. They were dropping off, but they've sort of started coming a little bit back with the odd result here and there.
mm,
Stoke, however, 19th. Again, could well be dragged in. Could well be dragged in to the relegation fodder. I mean, again, a tough game to call.
yeah, it is a tough game to call. I do think what helps with Stoke selling their best centre back is it Stissor from to Leicester.
Yeah, Harry Sutar, he went to Leicester for
That's Suter.
15 mil, didn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, he did. Yeah,
It's not just that. Most
Australian.
of Stoke's players all pissed off as well because they had a shit ton of loanees.
Yeah,
And then, if I remember rightly, I think Liam Delap they had on loan from Man City. He went back
yeah,
to City, went out on loan to Preston, so he's there now. two of the other signings that they had on loan, they went back to their respective clubs and have gone now elsewhere. So there's clearly something not going on right at Stoke. There's something that's not really come out of the woodwork yet, but it seems that there's problems.
Yeah, there is problems. We did mention this, but there was certain problems with Hull City as well, wasn't it? Going back
Yeah,
a couple of months ago, and it didn't look well for them. But they have been gradually picking up the odd point here and there, in gradually creeping up. What do I do? This one, I think. Do you know what? I'm going to go on the fence with this one, Dan. I'm going to add to. I'll put down as a draw.
yeah. I mean, Hull, to be fair, just got past Cardiff last week, didn't they? A 1-0 win there.
Yeah.
What you going for? Sorry, you going on the fence?
I'm going to go on the fence with this one. Yeah, I
I've
can
just
see because
realised I've actually not gone on the fence at all in this game yet.
no, I think he's got a draw written all over this. To be honest with you, I do. Whether it's a 0-0 or a 1-1, I can't see there too many goals being scored in this game.
I might
I
join
think,
you. I'm going to go
yeah,
for me first on the fence.
yeah. But they've got that ex-Man United defender, aren't they? Is it
Or
Chinzabe or
Axel,
something?
yeah, Axel Tuanzebe.
Yeah,
He went to Stoke, obviously in place of Harry Sutar.
yeah.
People in the chat have been saying Kate's gone with Stoke. She's gone for a home win. Luke's gone for Hull. Stepbrother, or Chocky as people will know him, has gone for 1-0 to Hull. Claret One says away win. Your brother's gone for another 0-0. Another 0-0.
Yeah.
Thomas Greenfield says BFC, yes, up the Clarets, my friend, up the Clarets indeed. Unless you're talking about Blackpool or any other shark, then sod ya. And he says, I don't know what to think for this one. It's a tough one. It is a tough. It's a tough game.
Yeah.
It's definitely one off the coupon, I think. But it should be good all the same. So yeah, me and Anthony have gone for a draw. Kate's gone for Stoke. Sunderland. They entertain Reading at the Stadium of Light, or Stadium of Shart, as Newcastle will call it. Reading, again, were a team that started the season really, really well, flying under Paul Ince, and have found themselves in mid-table mediocrity. 16, 38 points. Sunderland are just outside of the playoffs, 9th with 42 points, only 2 points off the playoff zone. Sunderland at home are a different kettle of fish for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it now. I'm going to go for a Sunderland home win. I'm going to go for a Sunderland home win.
Yeah, you could put me down for that, Dan, as well. Sunderland win. I just feel they got more to offer in attack.
Yeah.
Than what Reading's got. I mean, Reading. I know they've got Andy Carroll up front, but I mean, okay, he does pop up with a goal every now and then, but he's not like a. I mean, someone like Andy Carroll, you would most probably expect him to score around about maybe 18 goals in the championship, but he's not getting that.
It's one of them as well, though. Are they not technically like utilising his strengths? Because you'd like to think they would be. You've got Tom Ince out on the wings, who can sort of, he's got a bit of trickery in him. He's done it at Stoke. He's done it at all the other clubs he's been at Blackpool. So him getting to the byline, whipping a ball in, Andy Carroll's heading ability, bang.
There you go. Yeah,
but it's not. It doesn't seem to be working. But no, me and you have gone for the home side. However, Kate's gone the opposite end of the spectrum.
Oh.
She's gone for Reading. To be fair, she did say before she wrote these down, she didn't sit and look through the table. She just put an initial by any team and went for it.
Yeah.
Come back to batter in the arse this week.
Yeah.
But it could also be a blessing in disguise.
It can be.
Very lucky.
What's the points difference, did you say, was between you and Kate? It was...
Between me and Kate, there's 6 points between me and Kate.
Yeah.
And there's 5 between you and Kate.
Right.
So there's 11 between us.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kate went for a Reading win.
Well, I'm sorry, Kate, but I think Dan's going to be creeping up again with you next week.
You reckon?
Yes, I think you'd be. I think you'd be. I mean, nothing against Kate or anything like. And to be honest with you, Kate's done really well throughout this. You know, she's
Yeah.
done really well, and but then again, you don't know. I mean, it's who's, but it's like what you say, is who's better on the day. And I'm checking it because I put a bet on the weekend, and I think, hang on, did I have what did I see this in the prediction score? And then I've done it a few times. And I'm thinking, right, me and Dan picked the same, and then I've gone, oh, I think Kate had that, and she goes, and I think, yeah, she has, yeah, and I go, I think, fuck's sake,
No, your brother said BFC burgers, fries, and chicken. I mean,
yeah, he loves it. He's a
you could say Burnley's fittest carrot top with being a ginger.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a massive, massive lie, but you know can run with it.
What do you
Um,
reckon he's going to come back and see with that? You know what I
Claret
was going to
one
say.
says for an home win, but your brother says Sunderland 2-1 as well.
Yeah,
Luke's gone for a draw. He also says Andy Carroll, Burnley could have got him. He might have stopped winning then all time. I'm glad he's not
yeah,
there now.
yeah.
I can see Ant hand more than him. Oh, we can see your hand more than you is what he's saying because your hand's in the shot. And he's
Oh,
saying that
right, okay.
we can see
Oh,
your
thank
Tommy
God
Dick
for
fingers
that.
hanging out.
It's normally me fingering it, according to Chris.
Yeah, is it not at that corner at the screen? It's in other corner, just sort of like woo.
Yeah,
But Henry says easier tie Sunderland to win 2-0 as well. Next up, then. Next up, 2 games to go. Watford at home to the Bastards. This one should be a good game as well, although Blackburn have faltered. They've gone up, meteoric rise in August, and it's just like riding the big one at Blackpool. They've gone up, steady progression, straight back down the other side. It was good while it lasted. They are in 7th. They are now out of the playoffs. West Brom occupying that 6th spot at this moment as we go into this week's fixtures. But yes, Blackburn are 7th with a -4 goal difference, which is piss poor. And if you think about the result they had on Monday, when they couldn't even beat Wigan and drew 0-0, that for me is pathetic and looks like a team that can't seem to pull themselves out the mire. I am calling it now. Watford win, hands down, and that's nothing. If Blackburn prove me wrong, they prove me wrong. But from what I'm seeing from Blackburn at the moment, shower of shite. And I know Watford are hit and miss. But for
yeah,
me, Watford at Vicarage Road, 3 points in the bag for the home side for me.
yeah. It's like, I've always said to you, Dan, how the hell can a team be up there in the top 7 on a -4 goal difference? That to me is bizarre. That's middle team. That's like mid-table to going down to 16th position, and they're 7th. But yeah, I know what you're saying with that one, and I think this game might have goals in it as well. I'll go for. I think I'll go for a Watford win. I think Watford will just edge it. But yeah,
No,
I think they're there. Yeah, so I'll go for a Watford win. Be interesting if Kate goes for a Blackburn win.
she hasn't. It's a full
No.
house. Full house.
Oh,
Everyone has gone for a Watford win. Kate's gone for it there as well. Although your brother's
yeah.
come out with some weird shit.
Watford 2, Blackburn 5.
It's a weird
What
one
that puts
that.
them on a +1 goal difference, does it? Or actually, no, a 0 goal difference.
No, they'd still be on -1, wouldn't they? Because Watford
Oh
with
no, they
Watford
will
having
be. Yeah,
2. Yeah.
2. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, minus. Yeah, yeah.
John says 0-0. We take it just to laugh at them. Luke says Watford win as well. Keep them coming. As I say, there is the final fixture to go. Oh, this is a good one. This is a cracker of a fixture. Strap yourselves in. It's a good one. It's Wigan versus Huddersfield at the DW. Oof. Aren't you excited for some football this weekend? This could be an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah.
I don't know whether the football teams are playing, the rugby teams are playing up against each other. I don't know. Either way, it's all shite. And again, this is the sort of game that if Wigan are going to start to get something and turn the screw, they need to be beating Huddersfield. However, Huddersfield sacked Mark Fotheringham the other day. So now that they haven't got a guy who sounds Scottish, Indian, Fleming, wherever he's bloody from, with his 17 different languages, he's, that could be a good thing for Huddersfield. Maybe rejuvenate them a little bit, with having to prove a point to a new manager that could potentially come in.
Yeah, it could
do. Or do Wigan have the upper hand? Can Sean Maloney get them playing some good football?
No. No, I think Wigan are definitely down. I see this on every week on the stream, Dan. Wigan is going to be that yo-yo team that goes from the Championship down to League One, back up to the Championship. That's Wigan for you. That's what's going to happen. On this one, I feel I'll have to go with the away side, Huddersfield, and I think it's only going to be like a one goal in it. It'd be like a 1-0 win to Huddersfield. But then again, there's a clean sheet and 3 points for Huddersfield. So, I think that's what they want at the minute, Huddersfield, just to get, because they're still in the bottom three, aren't they? Or are they just out?
Yeah, again, if Huddersfield win and Blackpool win, well, yeah. That definitely sends Cardiff in there. 100%. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Huddersfield will go there and get something. And if they don't, then they're as dead as Wigan, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But we will see. John says 5-4 scoreline in favour of the away side. Henry's gone for a 1-1 draw. Your brother's gone for a 3-3 in that fixture as well. And Claret one says basically just for shits and giggles, he'll throw a Wigan win in there. Why not? But that is the predictions for this week. It sounds like it's been a bit of a contrast in terms of teams we've gone for. Kate and Anthony usually battling it out. Could there be a big change about to happen? Or is Anthony going to go and romp it by having an absolute stonker of a lead going into next week's matches? No, Anthony, I really do appreciate it. Again, tell people where they can show your support, because I'm sure you'll be doing a show tomorrow night regarding everything Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm going to be using the show tomorrow night, Friday at 9 o'clock, on a channel called Football United TV. We host Gunners from All Corners, basically getting Arsenal fans on there, having a laugh in the chat, like what I said earlier, most probably ripping the piss out of one another, and talk about all things Arsenal, which is good content. Also, you can find me on this Dan's channel every Thursday night at 9 o'clock on the prediction show. So make sure you leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and get his viewers up. Also, I'm on another show, Top 10 Battles with Brad. We did a show just before this one, and it was the combined Everton versus Liverpool team. Brad was Everton, I was Liverpool. I can't say who won. Just tune in, watch it. It had a good debate in that one. Seriously, that was the show for the debate tonight. So it was really good, and enjoy it. Make sure you like and subscribe to that one as well.
Why not? Go check it out. If you like to watch people mass debate on YouTube, then head over and
And watch Brad. Shit, he ain't in the
But
chat
no,
with me.
there was a dessert. Dessert? What am I on about? There was a debate. There was a debate. I know who won, by the way. I know who won. But yeah, should be a good one. Went for a
Yeah.
Burnley win, Johnny. Hope you well, mate. Went for a Burnley win though. Didn't obviously put a score line, but if I was to pick a score line, I'm gonna say 2-0. I'm gonna say 2-0.
Yeah.
So no, enjoy it, mate. Your brother says bye bye and says love you, Bubba.
Yeah. Love you, Bubba.
Can't help himself, can he? Can't help himself.
I was going to
Take
say
care,
to him
big
as
dick.
well. Dick. I was going to say as well. I was going to ask him if my brother was still in there, what he thinks, what his scoreline would have been against Burnley against Preston, but he almost probably put something stupid down, like the Blackburn
Yeah.
game. But
Yeah.
yeah, he but then again, review Bubba. Right. Yeah. Do you know what? We'd have to
Everything.
get him on a show. We'd have to get him on a show to do a prediction as well.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
That'd be
honestly,
fun.
he's a good guy. He's you know he's all right. He's just
Is
got
it the fact that he
man.
says he's all right? He's all
Yeah,
right. That's definitely a brother's perspective of you've got the better brother here. Is that
yeah,
this sort of thing? But Henry says thank you for the fun and frolics tonight, and come on, Clarets, come on, indeed. Johnny says I say 4-1. You've gone big, going big with that one. We play Preston. We play Preston, a Lancashire derby. It should be good. We drew 1-1 at their place, but it was at the start of the season where they weren't conceding many, but they wasn't scoring any either. Where it could be a bit different now that as the season's gone on.
yeah. They had two
So,
goals disallowed as well. Rich Preston, that was.
yeah, all right. I want to see you later, Dan and Ant. Take care. Take care. And your brother says 3-0 Burnley.
Oh, fair play.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Good night, Emre. Thank you very much. And John says, what on Herbert?
Hey, what,
Johnny
me or
says,
the other one? Me or the other one?
Johnny says, nah, Dan, hope your dad felt better after hearing all the positive stuff about Burnley. Yeah, I told him, I went and saw him obviously after the Norwich game. And obviously, because we were on Sky, they share the goals, don't they? So I retweeted them and I showed him the goals when I were there. And he were looking at my phone, sort of thing. But obviously, we're still very. I don't know what his thought process were because he's not talking about. Kate says good night as well. But no, I really do appreciate the love and support. So thank you very much. As Anthony said, please do drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new. It really does help the channel grow. We will be back on Monday. We'll be back on Monday. We have a match preview for you ahead of our Tuesday night fixture against Watford. I'll be speaking to Pidge from TaylorMade Army TV. He'll be coming on to talk all things Watford. Then on Tuesday, we will be covering the watch along for Burnley Watford. As I say, spending my Valentine's Day with you guys. See, I do love you. I told you. And then on Thursday, me and this man right here will be back again 9 o'clock for another episode of this. But ahead of that, at 7:30, we will have a preview with Tyler from T-Boys TV ahead of the fixture with Luton. And I'm not entirely sure yet. It is set for me to go live for the Luton game for a watch along, but I'm not sure whether it can. I'm having a tooth extracted that's cracked, so they're going to have to cut into my gum to remove it. Will I be able to talk? We'll find out Saturday. You'll see whether I can next Saturday.
Tune in.
I'm like, oh, it's a really good game. God, you looked and sounded like my dad then. But no, I hope everyone is well as well and has a great weekend to come. So Yeah, Johnny's be at the Watford game as well. It's his brother's birthday on Tuesday. Happy days, happy days. Well, night to yourself, Luke, as well. Really appreciate it and all the support. Please, please do. What's this? He looks like he's been 3D with his tooth out.
It looks like what? Oh, free. Oh, that was their signature move, wasn't it? 3D, wasn't it? The Dudley Boys.
Oh, God knows.
Yeah, it was
God
their
knows.
signature move, I think. Yeah. He still reckons you know. He said you want to do a stream one day with the
Yeah,
tape.
it's not
Of
happening.
how you guys
It's not
you
happening.
guys-
Not happening. Not at all. Not at all. Right. I've had enough of that big dick and I've had enough of his brother. So, for now, enjoy your weekend. Whatever you've got planned, as I say, and we'll be back on Monday with another match preview. See you then. Enjoy your weekend. Take care. Good night.
Bye.